All right, so let's get into it. Marketing for real estate agents. All right. In the chat, I would like you to put your number one lane of marketing. What speaks to you most? Where are you most comfortable? Whether it's social media, mailers, cold calls, networking at events. What does that look like for you? All right, drop in your answers on the side. I'm curious to see what works for you. All right. So boom, here we are. Okay. So let's get right into it. Marketing for real estate agents. I see networking and social media over here on the side. Those are great ones. All right. Let's start with some theory and concepts about marketing. Okay. The first reality that we have to have is that the more people that know you, the better. Brands, brand names mean everything. Your name, your reputation, whatever you decide to name your brokerage or your team in real estate, it's so important. Okay. That's why brands go and get celebrities because it's all about reputation. It's all about how people view you and see you. It's all about that. All right. People barely care about the actual product. They more so care about the brand. People know Frosted Flakes. They know Q-tips. They know Ferrari and Porsche. These have brand names. They could put a BS product out there tomorrow and people will still buy it. It would take a long time for that brand name to actually fail because of the recognition. What I'm getting at is build your brand, build your reputation so people know you, see you, trust you, and respect you. You're not in the business of selling houses. All right. Homes sell themselves. It's your job to make sure that people look at you and they want to work with you. I tell people all the time, if I sold AirPods, probably my 30th pair of AirPods, if I sold AirPods, right, people will buy them from me because people trust me. All right. So build up your brand that strong that people trust you and they want to work with you no matter what you're doing. So let's talk about it. We're going to start with a couple of different ideas here. So let's write down all these different ones that I see you all are putting on the side. We have social media here. We have, let's see, we have networking events. What else? We have, these are getting kind of big. Hold on. Make those smaller. Forget those arrows that are there. Let's see if I can delete these. And again, I'm learning on the way. All right. So bear with me, people. Bear with me as I learn this whiteboard. All right, boom. So you have social media, you have networking, you have mailers. We have someone on the call who actually got a call from a mailer that she sent out to an expired. Okay, you have cold calls. You have events. Let's see if that takes well right there. Cool. You have events. What else do you have? Let's see. You have cold calls. You have mailers. You have your SOI. What is that? That is your sphere of, that messed up. All right, let's figure this out. Okay, boom. I said, bear with me. Sphere of, close that out. I'm going to add it right here. Influence. All right, there we go. Cool. Told you we're going to make it work. All right, we shall not let anything stop us. All right, you have your SOI. That's your sphere of influence. That's major as well. Let's see, what else do we have? Social media, networking, mailers, cold calls. And then we're going to break these down and say, what can you do in these different elements? Let's see. Any other ones that you can think of in the moment? Shoot, we're going to say, I guess I have this thing. I've been talking about elevator pitches a lot lately, and that's probably going to fall into the networking lane. So let's just dig into these particular ones for now. Let's extract this and let's talk about social media. I love marketing on social media. What can you do on social media? You can reach millions of people in a short time frame, in a moment. All right. You can reach them in all type of different ways. Some things I like to do on social media are send birthday shout outs. there's a way to go type in, you can see everyone's birthday that day. Go in there, message them, hey, happy birthday. This is Mike Scott. And I just wanted to speak to you. You know, if you need any real estate help, please give me a shout. Or don't even, you can leave the back piece off. Because what you'll notice is that as you are actually reaching out to people and telling them happy birthday, you'll start rising up in their timeline. Okay. So consider that. Now, let's be really, really raw about this. This may be a difference for men and women. It may be a difference in men doing this versus women. You know, so from my experience and being a brokerage owner, what I learned is that the women sometimes can be a little bit uncomfortable because when they're inboxing guys, the guys might think the woman's trying to flirt with them. Mind you, even as a man, I've had that experience as well, but I think it might be a little bit more when the ladies are hopping in DM saying happy birthday. All right. So maybe think about that as you're reaching out to people. But what will happen is you'll start rising up in their timeline. And next thing you know, they'll see that you're connected. They're going to write you back. And you can always say, hey, so, you know, what'd you do? How'd you celebrate? Where'd you go? And things of that nature. Okay. Cool. What else? How about you do some stories with polls, stories and polls. The whole point of this thing is to, the whole point of this thing, excuse me, the whole point of this thing is to get interaction and engagement. Interaction and engagement. Do stories and polls. They go a long, long, long way. Hey, you can do things like, hey, do you prefer a larger front yard or a larger backyard? You know, how do you feel? What works for you? That's a great poll to do. Or, hey, do you like brick homes or um, let's see, what's the other side? You got brick homes and you have vinyl, right? You like brick home or vinyl side? You like a new build or pre-existing? They start answering those questions. That's your opportunity to message that person. Say, hey, I saw that you like brick homes. Like, what about brick do you like? It's all about talking and getting conversations going. That's all you're trying to do. That's the name of the game, because the more people that know you and they know what you do, the more they'll be inclined to work with you. What else in social media? Simply making your posts consistent, consistently. Did I spell that right? I think so. Ooh, consistent. Dang, that looks crazy, but that is correct. All right, make your post consistently. All right, what are you posting about? Are you either? It's a couple different ways to post. All right, I wrote this down. Let me go to my. Here we go. Four different things. Four different ways that you can post. What are you posting for? Right. So you have education. Are you educating people? Are you giving them something to learn from? People love education. It's one of the greatest gifts of mankind is when you educate people, educating others. It almost creates a level of dependency or a level of this person gave me education. I want to give them back appreciation. So they tend to want to work with someone who gave them something of value. All right. It's a gift exchange. Okay. Lifestyle. Lifestyle is going to be you have to park with your kids, or you went to an amusement park, or you just bought a new car for yourself, or you're on vacation, or what you're doing day to day when it comes to your work as a real estate agent. All right. That's another thing that you can do when you're posting. What about proof? Building credibility. What about that? Building credibility. Let's see if we get this here. Yeah, building credibility. So that means if you have a closing, posting that you had a closing, showing the imagery of that. All right, show that you're getting the gift. Go to Target where you're getting Crate and Barrel and do the video you're getting gifts. Hey, headed to closing. There's so many opportunities for you to share the wins. We share everything else on social media. We'll share those wins as well. That's major. Lastly, call to action. In your call to action, or the CTA, that's when you're giving people information on how to contact you, whether it's your social media, Facebook, Instagram, email, call, text, whatever it may be. Okay. So that's a little bit about the social media post right there. Another thing is, lastly, when you do post and people comment or like or something like that, go back and respond. Keep the conversation going. Keep the conversation going. Okay. Don't let it stop. Keep it going. Keep it going. Respond. Oh my gosh, I'm doing that. All right. Boom. That's some of your social media. I don't want to stay there too long. I don't want to stay there too long. There are so many different elements to the social media lane. I mean, I could talk about that. I could do a whole session on social media alone, but I want to actually get to some of these other topics. All right. Let's extract like this. Let's extract networking. All right. Let's go down to networking. Let's talk about it. Networking, so many different ways to network. Okay. Something we've been working on our team is our elevator pitch. We've been refining our elevator pitch. I'm going to save I'm going to save this information for another training, and we're going to just do nothing but elevator pitches. That's all we're going to talk about. All right. What is an elevator pitch? It's that 15, 20-second drop, maybe even shorter than that, like 10 to 15-second drop, where you're saying who you are to someone who knows nothing about you. I'll give you a small little tip and then we'll move on. When you're meeting new people, a great way to meet new people, maybe you're out at a dinner, you see this woman or a guy, they're dressed nice, and you're like, man, this person, like, they got some money or they got something going on. A great way to walk up to that person and say this. Hey, you look like somebody I need to know. My name is Mike. What's your name? What does that do? It makes them feel special because apparently they are. You want to meet them. It makes them feel special and it breaks the ice. You come humbly, you come modest, you come with a compliment. That immediately takes down the gate. It takes down the guard of the person that you want to meet. And from there, that's when you go into your elevator pitch, right? Break the ice with a compliment, take their guard down, then hit them with now they're receptive immediately. They already like you in the moment. They immediately like you. So now why they like you, give them the information about you. All right. One thing I know you all have probably felt this. This is something I realized through life is that when someone doesn't like you, you could tell them 1+1=2, and they're not going to try to. They don't want to hear it. You might want to get an umbrella. It's raining outside. They'll go outside without an umbrella because they don't like you. When someone likes you, they will go to the ends of earth for you. They'll do things for you that you don't feel like they probably should do, but they like you. All right. So work on your elevator pitch, and again, tune in to when we have an actual training about that. Networking. Where are you going? All right, let's see. You catch where you, what am I going to say? Fish. You catch where you fish. I don't know why that thing is like going so big like that. You catch where you fish. What do I mean by that? That means that if you're going to like certain cities, like for instance, certain cities, oh my gosh. There you go, cool. I'm gonna probably do this beforehand next time so I can just slide the screen around. But you catch where you fish. What I mean by that, go to the environment of the clientele that you want. If you want clientele from a specific township, go to that township's basketball games, football games, board meetings, events, pumpkin patches, haunted houses, whatever it is. Go to the place in which you want certain clientele. Go sit at certain bars where you know higher end people, higher earners are sitting. Go to those cafes, go to those cities, go to those areas. All right. If you pitch everything you have toward first time home buyers, you're going to get first time home buyers. And if that's what you want, that's okay. But just know what that looks like. That comes with a different level of. All right, well, all right, cool. Networking. What else? Let's see. When it comes to networking, look at my notes here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, yeah. You know what? The gym. Hey, join a gym. You are knocking out multiple things at one time when it comes to the gym. Because guess what? Typically, high earners are at the gym working out. All right. People are about their business on average. I'm not saying everybody, but most times people who work out have something going on. Not always the case. But get to the gym and meet people. I don't want I was in the elevator earlier today. I told my team this earlier. I was in the elevator and I heard these two women talking. And I always teach our team that if you're quiet in an environment where people are talking for 20 to 30 seconds, if you're quiet, you'll hear someone talk about real estate. Whether their pool doesn't work anymore, they broke a glass, little Timmy threw a baseball through the living room pane and broke it. They hate their flooring, their roof has a leak, they're looking for a rental property. There's so many opportunities around you, right? So anyway, she got on the elevator. The two ladies were talking. I injected myself in the conversation. Come to find out, this woman and her husband buy 4 to 6 properties a year. I mean, a month, excuse me, a month. 4 to 6 properties a month. I said, hey, well, look, here my elevator pitch, literally on the elevator. I said, hey, what are you into? Oh, I'm into this, XYZ. I said, oh, okay, my name is Mike. And I, boom, 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 boom. I'm going to save y'all the tips and tricks for later on the elevator pitch. Here my elevator pitch, exchange information, sent her my digital business card, right? Because I'm ready. Let's see, text it to her, scan it, whatever, let's go. And here we are. Hopefully, this turns into a new client. She said they're aggressively buying 4 to 6 properties every month. So this is a little bit of the networking. The more people that know you, the more opportunities you're going to have to make money in so many different capacities. This is a big mistake that I made coming up is I would avoid sit downs. I do not want you to avoid sit downs. I want you to meet as many people as you possibly can. An issue that I had was somewhere in my subconscious, I felt like, why don't I need to sit down with you for 30 minutes? You're not going to really bring me any immediate value. You're not going to buy or sell. But guess what? What does that do? It builds trust with that person and every other person that person trusts or that trusts them. Sit down with people, 20 minutes, 25 minutes in person, quick coffee, 30 minutes, right? That's all it takes to have a great conversation. And what you'll realize is that every single person has value. Every single person has value. And you'll find it. You got to dig in, you got to ask those questions. Imagine this. Do you think like someone, a chauffeur, a full-time chauffeur, if a full-time chauffeur came up to you and said, hey, can we go sit down and do dinner? I want to learn about real estate. The odds of any of us maybe taking that dinner are probably low. Especially if you're already successful, you've done deals and you got some rhythm going. You don't know who that person is chauffeur for. Who was that person chauffeuring? What if they're chauffeuring Michael Jordan or they're chauffeuring Tim Cook or they're chauffeuring whomever else has a huge network, right? So that's your opportunity to sit down with that person. And then you start getting the gist of how valuable sitting down with people can be. That's a little bit about the networking right there. Just a couple of different ideas. Let's extract mailers. Then, now, mailers are a very simple and pretty easy thing to do. All right. I was speaking to one of our teammates today. She sends out mailers and she got a call from a seller. She was sending out mailers to expired listings. Typically, in expired listings, what's going on? 9 times out of 10, the seller isn't happy. They're not happy. Why? Because their home didn't sell. It expired. Something went wrong in their mind. They're not like, oh my God, my agent's so incredible. That market just didn't work out. They're probably not saying that. They're probably not saying that, right? They're probably saying, I need a new agent. And guess what? Your mailer hit their inbox at the right time. And they say, you know what? I'm going to give them a call and just see what they have to say. All right. So what you can do is you can send mailers for expireds, foreclosures. You can send them for, you could even do them for just for your listing. What I mean that, right? You have a listing in the community. You have a listing in a community, and you send out mailers to that entire community saying, "Hey, I have a listing in your area, and we're listing for this much. Do you have family or someone nearby who loves this area just like you do?" Ooh, that's a bar. That's fire. What does this do? It does a couple of things. It lets that person at that home know that there's a house for sale in the market, and you know the area because someone else in that community trusts you. So therefore, you have a leg up of trust with the other person who just received your mailer. Right. Then what it does is say, hey, do you know anyone in the area? So now you're looking for buyers as well. So you're searching for sellers and buyers. This is what I want you to do when you're sending your mailers out is try to expand on a couple of different elements. If you're going to send them out to expireds, hey, turn them in, or make they're probably a buyer. So allure to their lean it to that side that they may want to buy as well. All right. Expires, foreclosures, listings. So we'll say, mailers, that's a small pocket of my marketing personally. Nothing wrong with it. It's a great field. But again, this is an overview. And some of our future trainings, we'll dig into more about that. All right. So let's go into cold calls. Ooh, the dreaded cold calls. There is an absolute market for cold calls. There is an absolute market for cold calls, and so many of us avoid it. There's a guy on Instagram. I don't know his name. I'll try to put it in the group or something like that. It's a younger guy, and he's dancing and doing all this stuff, and all he does is cold call. He's a life insurance agent. All he does is cold call. Well, he has his music playing. I guess he has some type of dialer that then when people answer, it goes to him. So he answers it. He's like, boop. Hey, what's going on? This is things like Giuliani or something like that. This is Michael Giuliani or something. And he shows all his failures and all the rejection that he goes through. They'll hang up on. He's like, I hung up. Music starts back playing. It's okay. They can't stop me. Can't stop me. Right? You have to be that cold when it comes to cold calling. You got to be a dog. You have to fall in love with rejection. Want the rejection. Want it. Desire it. Find the objection. Right? There's a huge market because so many people don't cold call because why? So many people are fearful of rejection. Stop caring about rejection. That's part of life, right? Life is a whole bunch of hurdles that everybody's trying to jump over. All right. The person who's willing to jump over those hurdles and work to get past there, go. Who cares? Who cares if you get rejected? Who cares if someone says, hey, get off my line, you're an asshole. Stop calling me. Boop. Why does your day have to get worse because someone called you an asshole that you don't know? Would you ever care that someone called you an asshole that you didn't know? You'd be like, all right, whatever. Keep that same energy when you're cold call. How do you get in contact with, like, where do you get phone numbers from? We're going to say you can use skip tracing. Boom. What is skip tracing? It's a ton of different apps in websites and software where you can go and pay a subscription and it'll give you likely phone numbers for that resident. Okay. Likely phone numbers for that resident because you can find their name from tax records. You can see the expired listings every day. Throw that into the tax records or to your skip tracing, and it'll give you phone numbers of the people. Okay. You can hire virtual assistants. You hate the rejection, hire someone to do it. Now and you'll never feel the rejection. They'll just report back to you and say, hey, we have 3 appointments set up. And you're like, okay, cool. VAs are obviously very, very reasonable to hire. And a lot of this, how many times we call AT&T and Sprint, or we call about some bills, and what is it? Someone who's a VA, and they're paying them, unfortunately, nothing really. So it's a very affordable field, and you get to protect your delicate feelings of rejection by being delicate. So that's cold calls a little bit, but dealing with rejection, doing the skip tracing. But that's a dope field. You can make a lot of money because, again, it's not a lot of people who are locking in on that. Next, let's go down to events. A lot of people want to work with first-time home buyers, so we're going to say seminars, right? We're going to say webinars. I always want to say webinars for some reason. We're going to say fun events. We're going to say, let's see, a volunteer and donations. We'll figure that out sooner or later. All right. So here are just a couple of things when it comes to events that you can do. All right. Seminars, having those in person, connecting with the lender. Guess what? You can hire a lender, excuse me. Well, you need to really hire them. You can call a lender, and their company 9 times out of 10 will cover the cost for gifts for your attendees, the venue, title companies. They have venues all the time. Obviously, they have space. They'll cover for the food. They'll cover everything for the food, the paperwork, the materials, the swag, and all those type of different things. I don't use that word a lot. It ages me, but people be saying swag. So seminars are nice. Webinars, they'll go online, something like what I'm doing right now. All right, webinars are a good idea. If you commit to imagine doing a webinar for 20 minutes. Hey, forget it. 10 minutes, 15 minutes every week for a year where you educate people. Imagine that. Imagine the results that you would get. Fun events, tournaments, basketball events, Halloween party, whatever, branded with your name and say, hey, this is thrown by Closers Only Club. All right. You want to get in front of people, give people an experience. People are suckers for experiencing. Everybody loves a good experience. Who ever heard somebody say, I hate good experiences? Whoever says that? I hate good experience. I've literally never heard anyone say I hate good experiences. So if we realize that people love experiences, give them what they love, and they're going to attach that experience to you. All right. Experience, exactly. I see the note, the chat over there. Appreciate the commentary. And then volunteer and donations. People love people who give. One thing about me and the business that I own, I try to make sure quarterly we're giving back. It covers a couple of different bases. One, it covers just the responsibility of when you're winning or you're up, you give back to the people, right? People love that energy. And on top of that, what happens is people see you giving back and they want to give to you more. Right? Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So those are a couple of things. This is a 30-minute call. I just want to kind of get going a little bit on the marketing ideas. There's so many more, but I really want to honor the 30-minute time slot of this. Okay, because I want to show you I just want to show you some of the early stages of what we're talking about here. Give you some new ideas, some fresh ideas, some reminders maybe of what's going on. So let's cover it again. Didn't want that one. Oh, that's cool. No, we don't want that. Cool. So this is the marketing. We're talking about this. Oh, we didn't get to sphere of influence. That's the most important. Give me 2 more minutes of your time because that is most important. Wait just a second. Whoa. Skirt. Breaks. Keep going. Sphere of influence. You must tap in with the people that already love you and trust you. You got to do that. You got to talk to the people that love and trust you. They're going to rock with you first. Don't fall for the can't work with family and friends. I'm not going for that. That only doesn't work when you're you maybe you just have if you have a not so great family, then all right. But if you have a good family, your good family members will work with you, and if you do a good job, okay. So sphere of influence is, I mean, should have started with this one. I'm gonna circle this one out like this one a million times. Sphere, sphere, sphere. Call your former coworkers or your current coworkers. Tell them what you do. Right? Talk to the people. Your mom, your dad, your cousins, your sisters, your aunties, high school friends. They must know what you do because they already know you, love you, and trust you, want to support you. That's your first set of people. Your first set of people. And then from there, what happens is you reach out to the sphere of influence, make those calls to those. And we'll talk about maybe here in the next couple of weeks how to have the conversations, right? But anyway, you make the calls to your sphere of influence. You let them know what you're doing. And then you say, hey, do you have like two or three people I could, share this information with? Right. Because guess what? They're going to give you 2 to 3 people that trust them and that they trust. So again, you got a leg up of trust, right? Sphere of influence. I can't believe I almost got off here without talking about that. That's crazy. So yeah, I don't want to keep you all too long. I'm gonna give it this red too, because that is number one. You got to start there. Now, if you're in a whole different city, in a new city, you may have to go about things a little bit differently. In a new city, you don't know anyone there, your sphere of influence may be a little bit lower. So then that's where some of these other methods want to allow you to build your sphere. Okay. So get out there, talk to the people, network, and understand that marketing is absolutely everything. Marketing, my last word on here is going to say, is this lipstick? What is that? I don't like that. Take that off. Let's say this last thing on here. We out. Marketing is everything. Everything. Why are these doing that? I want. All right, whatever. I see it. I'll just double up on it. Have a great, great day. Watch this video back if you need some more information on it. I hope this brought you some value. This is like marketing 101. This is the early stages. All these things have their own entire session, right? And we're gonna keep digging into it. So you all enjoy your sales, be amazing. Let's close. Close is only. Let's go. Peace.